My name is Beth and I grew up in Boise. I have a 15-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son, and on Saturday I've been married for 17 years. In 2022, I was at a St. Alphonsus event in Nampa, and they had the mobile bus out. So I got on the bus and had my mammogram done.
In Beth's situation, she went in for just her regular routine screening mammogram. The radiologist detected a change on her mammogram from the year before. That was indicative of a new small cancer that had developed and led to additional imaging.
I was feeling a little nervous, just hoping obviously that it wasn't breast cancer, that it was, maybe something else that was there. It's a little nerve-wracking to think that you may have the word cancer.
And this information goes over what your stage is. Any questions on that? In Beth's situation, the good news is the screening mammogram had helped to detect a breast cancer at a very small stage. So she had an early stage breast cancer. Also, it was not an aggressive type. So by going over all that information, gave her the reassurance that this was very treatable. And that's one of the things that I really try to focus on. I'm oftentimes the first person that a person sees after diagnosis is to give them some perspective. Everybody's scared when they come in.
That's probably the scariest part of the process, is just that unknown and not knowing kind of where things are.
Counter surfing last week.
You'll know people who've gone through chemotherapy, and there's very obvious impacts to your physical with hair loss and things like that, that it's a pretty dramatic treatment, and I don't feel like you ever hear about radiation. So I had no idea kind of really what to expect.
For most cancer patients, you really are going to have a team approach. So for Beth, she needed a breast surgeon, she needed a radiation oncologist, she also needed a medical oncologist. So at a minimum, she had 3 providers, 3 physicians on her team. And really the breast panel was where we were able to come together and put together the best plan for her. We here at St. Alphonsus, particularly with our breast cancer patients, do an amazing job of keeping patients on this pathway and being very diligent about going from one step to the next in a very timely manner. And for Beth, she was treated daily, Monday through Friday, for 4 weeks.
But it was painless, it was easy. It is every day for about 15 minutes that you go in at the same time every day.
And she did a wonderful job. She had minimal side effects, and we were able to, again, finish radiation and then proceed on to the next step for treatment.
Beth opted to do what we call a lumpectomy surgery, where we just took out the tumor, and then she followed that with radiation treatment, and then also was recommended for a medication that's a pill she takes for 5 years to help prevent the cancer from coming back. With all those treatments, her risk of the cancer coming back is very low.
My experience was so much better than if I had waited even 6 months probably. The early detection is so important to be able to make sure that, mine was a kind of borderline, I think stage 1, stage 2, so it was really early, and was able to be treated without chemotherapy, without a full mastectomy. So it was a lot less to go through because of that early detection.
There's great data that early detection, doing your screening mammograms regularly and starting early helps to save lives.
The mobile mammo bus was an incredible opportunity to get my healthcare taken care of. And so often we just get busy, and it's not something that we think about every day. And so having it there and having the billboard of, hey, you need to get on this thing and get this taken care of, definitely saved my life and kept it in a more positive trajectory than it would have been otherwise.